Good morning. Another edition of Car Rants. I think it's episode 5. This is going to be a short one. I know you're shocked. All right. I don't know why we have a Democratic Party. Because they are useless. They are corporatists, just like the Republicans. God almighty. And they talk about how they're going to be tough. And they're going to do this. And they're going to do that. They haven't done shit. Nothing. Nothing. Jesus Christ. That's why I'm doing the People's Party. Join the People's Party. peoplesparty.org. Third party. Let's kick these son of a bitches out of there. Okay. Here's something that people don't get, okay? The country is being held hostage by the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve was founded in 1913 by the bankers, which forces the United States, anytime they want to do anything and they don't have enough money that is coming in from taxation, but they need to do something, they have to borrow the money from a central bank. So, that is not the way it's always been. If you want to build an infrastructure project to benefit a huge population, a swath of the population, like for instance the Tennessee Valley Authority, Hoover Dam, I mean, you name it. We've got infrastructure projects all over the place that were financed by just generating the credit. Just click on the computer. There you go. There's a couple $1 billion. Everybody goes, oh, they're going to cause inflation. Oh, my God, inflation. Well, we have inflation, but it's not because that the government is printing money, because they're not. They're borrowing it. And that's what causes the inflation. Because we got to pay it back with interest, and it's a stranglehold. Look, we got $20 trillion in debt now, and it's all owed to the central banks. And then we throw billions and billions of dollars at these son of a bitches every time anything happens, when they waste it or lose it on the stock market or whatever they're doing with this. So, if we could just get rid of the Federal Reserve, then everything would be much, much better. So this is what we should do. We used to have a national bank, and the National Bank of the United States issued credit for different projects. And what you do is you just have, nowadays, we just got a computer and bank accounts, and okay, we got a construction company over here. They need a couple of $1 million to do a certain thing. Click. There you go. It's in your bank account. Do the job. It doesn't have anything to do with inflation whatsoever. Nobody knows about economics. Nobody understands it. God almighty. So when Congress gets up and says, oh, we can't spend all this money. Oh my God, how are we going to pay for it? Well, they just passed, $778 billion budget for the military. I don't think I heard one person say, how are we going to pay for this? We spend more on our military than the next 11 countries combined. And that must tell you something, because we are running an empire and we are crushing the world. We have the world under a stranglehold. The world fears us. And that's more dangerous than if we were to cut our military budget in half, for instance. And then we start taking that money that we were blowing on the military and we start putting that into infrastructure projects to work with Russia and China and different countries. Look at the space station. That was a joint project. We got along great. You didn't see anybody fighting on the space station. You got Russians, Asians, Americans, whatever, all working together. But no, it's just nuts. It's just stupid. Let's work with China and Nicaragua and build that double wide massive canal project, which will basically, you can build it with hardly any locks at all. You can, once you have a giant massive connection, you're going to have tide situations a little bit, but for the most part, you're going to be able to just drive these ships right through, side by side. You're going to have full speed one direction, full speed another direction. Then there's a huge lake there in between, and then you go right out. God, it seems so simple. If we were to do that, if we were to work with Nicaragua and China to build this project, who is going to start a war? Why? Because you're working together. It's like, you know, it makes sense. It's the military and the United States government, particularly Ted Cruz and these dumbasses in the Democratic Party, fanning the flames of war. Oh my God, our new enemy now is China. Russia, oh God, the Russians are under our bed. They're everywhere. They're getting ready to turn off the power. We're gonna freeze to death. If you listen to Rachel Maddow, what a stupid, oh God. There's a lot of words I'd want to call her. This is nuts. It's just insanity. These people are insane. They do not understand economics. They do not understand anything. Ted Cruz is a moron. God, I hope this guy doesn't try to run for president. What a psycho. A warmongering idiot. Jesus Christ. You know, they talk about, oh, you know, running a government like you're running your house. You know, running your home budget. Bullshit. That's not how governments work, idiots. You do what has to be done for the benefit. You do what has to be done for the benefit of the population in general, the Commonwealth. That's how it works. That's how it should work. So what we could do, we could issue $10 trillion of credit to build the NWAPA project, which is a North American Water and Power Alliance, which is a huge project to divert a couple of rivers, 10% of the water flow from a couple of mountain ranges in Alaska and rivers, to divert that fresh water back south instead of dumping into the Arctic Ocean, and refill all of the rivers of North America with fresh water. Eliminate California water shortage. Just like that, boom, we could be done in 10 years. But no. We could take that money and build all kinds of great stuff. Let's get high-speed rail, for Christ's sake. Let's get maglev trains here. The Chinese can do it. Why can't we? China has the fastest trains in the world. And we've got clack, 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 clack. We might as well be riding a horse and a buggy. It's sick, because the military and the military industrial complex is draining the country dry. The Wall Street bankers are draining the country dry. And therefore, we can't do anything for the middle class and the poor. Oh my God, we can't afford that, because we got to give all the money to the super rich. Fucking hell, this is a car rant because this is insane. Jesus Christ. Sorry, my kids. Dad, why are you yelling? People are going to think you're crazy. They might. You know, that's what they thought Alex Jones was crazy. Because he was ranting all the time. He was pissed. Because this stuff makes so much sense. But the bankers and the warmongering military-industrial complex has got a stranglehold on this country. Democrats are worthless, useless, morons, spineless, milquetoast. They all fall at the knees of Nancy Pelosi, and they kiss her ass, and they kiss her ring, and then Madeleine Albright. Oh my God, that warmongering psycho. Do you remember what she said in an interview? I don't remember. This was probably in the late 90s, early 2000s. She was asked by a reporter in an interview, 500,000 Iraqi children have died because of what we're doing in Iraq. And the reporter said, do you really think it's worth it? And she said, we decided that we think that it is. Killing 500,000 children? And somehow you can justify that by going after a guy that used to work for the CIA and used to be allies with us, and we sold him chemical weapons? And now we need to kill 500,000 children to get this guy? That is pure evil, satanic evil. For somebody to get up and say, yeah, we decided that it was worth the risk, or worth getting rid of Saddam Hussein. This country has gone insane. It literally has gone insane. And the American people go, it's like, you know, I feel like I'm in the wrong planet or something. I'm surrounded by morons. It's really, I don't know. I don't have that many subscribers. I guess because there's so many people that think I'm nuts or something. But I'm right and everyone else is wrong. Do you think I'm a narcissist? Oh, God. Think about what I'm saying. Think about how these things work. It makes sense. The reason we have inflation is because of the COVID crisis, and so much of the production was shut down. We're not mining enough silicon, I guess, to make enough chips. Can't even get brand new cars yet. We have shortages of a lot of products. That's what causes inflation, is fake shortages. Simple. It's fucking simple. Anyway, I don't know. You know, this is what living under an empire is like. This is what it probably was like under the Roman Empire, when the Romans bled their country dry by taxing the shit out of everybody for their military, so they could hold all this territory. And for what? A lot of the territory didn't even have any people in it. We got an empire. Well, we're in American empire, an evil, satanic American empire run by the oligarchy to enforce its will on the world population, so the world population can be looted, so that we can have a massive transfer of wealth from the third world, which can't defend itself against us, to the super rich. And that's what you want. That's what you think is a good economy. That's what you think is right, the right thing to do. You remember when in 2009 when Obama, that idiot, with Joe Biden at his side, bailed out the banks, bailed them out and kept bailing them out. 5.1 million families lost their homes in foreclosure. My business collapsed. I had to lay off people. A lot of people laid off people. It crushed the economy. It drove the middle class to its knees. And not one goddamn baker went to jail. Not one! And it was fraud committed knowingly. A conspiracy. A fraud. When they canceled Glass-Steagall in 1999 under Bill Clinton, that wonderful moron, that pedophile scumbag, He was more worried about his dick than the country. You know, I'd heard that when all this happened and it was all over, that Monica Lewinsky, she said that she decided to become a Republican. She said the Democrats left a really bad taste in her mouth. The Glass-Steagall was put in place by Franklin Delano Roosevelt in the very beginning of his administration to separate the banks. From the commercial banks were here, the financial houses were here. The financial houses are a gambling operation. What they do is they were issuing stock based on nothing. They were selling stocks. It was a pyramid scheme. So many people lost money on the stock market. I think Groucho Marx, he resisted investing in anything, and finally they talked him into it, and within 6 months he had lost his entire account. He had lost everything. There were people that warned back then, this is going to go down, and it's going to go down bad. But President Hoover, like, prosperity is right around the corner. These corporatists, they are scum because they know exactly what they're doing, these banks. They know they can loot the country. They know that they can foreclose. The capitalism has a boom-bust cycle built in. And that's the way it works. You get a boom, you get a bubble, and then boom, the bubble pops, and then the bankers come in and mop up all the cheap properties and capital goods and foreclose on everything. And then everybody's like, oh, well, the next president, we had 2% growth. Look at that. Oh, we got employment went up 3%. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, because the fucking bankers crashed the thing, drove us into the ground, and now we're trying to recover. And when somebody gets a little bit of a positive employment number, all of a sudden they're like God came down and the sun shone down on the population, and the clouds opened up, and the angels started to sing. So fucking frustrating. Really, really frustrating. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Episode 5. Okay. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.